And today, welcome to your self-realization. And we'll start off with our gratitude. Mother, Father, God, we give gratitude and thank yous for this day. We ask for your infinite light of protection to be with us and throughout wherever we are, so that only the highest and best will occur through our thoughts, words, and actions. And through those thoughts, words, and actions will lead us to a better understanding of our own self. So when we meet those on our path, we have a better understanding of them. We give thanks for this day. Amen. And I wanted to share, I don't know if Casey, you came on a little bit later in creation as well. Lady J has 105 temperature.
No, not 105, 100.5.
0.5, thank God. I was like 105.
Oh my gosh.
Get to the hospital. Okay.
No, I don't want to go to the hospital. Thank you.
All right. So
But
what the reason why I'm bringing this up is to please send her off some healing and protection. All right. Moving on. And she's just cleansing. That's right. She is. So today, this is our second day of past lives. And this is a day that we share with you how to do a group regression. And so I will be producing a group regression for you today. And again, this is recorded. So as you hear the information that I say, you can create your own to do a group regression for as well, or even a regression itself. You just change the wording to doing a one-on-one. Now, again, as I was talking about before, Casey and Creation came on, we're moving into our metaphysical principles course that starts the 29th on Saturday. And that course, at the end of the course, there is certifications in there, by the way. One is past life regressions, and another one is mediumship. That's not a certification. The healing is a certification. But we're doing all these different things to get to know ourselves and to assist the world in doing so. And so in this space, we're going to learn about how to produce it so that others can experience. And so you'll hear me doing that. Does anybody have any thoughts or anything on this before we get started on doing that? All right. So I'll have you relax in your chair, get cozy. If you will, mute yourselves. And what we're going to do is when I express certain things to be doing, you'll be doing that on your own in your own mindset. So you won't be saying things out loud. When you'll be doing a regression with someone one-on-one, then you would be asking them to tell you, our subconscious knows what to do in this place. You follow suit and the subconscious goes right to it, and it gives the information. And trust this information. Know that your subconscious mind has all the information from every single past life you've ever had. And so you'll just go right to where you need to and be comfortable with that. When we get done, you're going to want to write it down. You may get some information through your dreams as well, and write that down because that's your subconscious telling you more. Get comfortable with that, and we'll produce. Okay. All right. So let's concentrate on our breath. As we concentrate on our breath, feel the relaxation that's being ignited. Just relax. Each noise you hear allows you to go deeper and deeper into your soul to have a better understanding of you. Just relax. Relax. As this relaxation moves around and through you, It starts circulating in the feet area, the understanding part of our being. And with each breath, you'll understand where you are and where you've been. Each noise you hear allows you to go deeper and deeper into your soul. And all you hear, sense, and feel, you'll be able to handle with ease. Just relax, relax. As this relaxation settles in the feet area and starts moving towards your ankles, just relax. As it moves up the legs into the knees and hips, relax the hips, relax the legs and the knees. Go deeper and deeper into your soul. All that you hear, sense, see, or feel, you'll be able to handle with ease. Just relax, relax. As this relaxation goes to the hips, relax the hips. Just relax. Each noise you hear, you'll be able to handle with ease and go deeper into your soul. And you'll have a deeper understanding of self. Just relax, relax. As this relaxation now moves to the base of the spine and the small part of the back, moving up the spine, feeling of all tension, frustration leaving. Just relax, relax. As this relaxation moves to the shoulders, relax, just relax. Each noise you hear allows you to go deeper and deeper into your soul, and all that you see, sense, hear, and feel, you'll be able to handle with ease. Just relax, relax. As this relaxation reaches the shoulders and down the arms and towards the hands, feel the relaxation between your hands. Just relax. Feel the relaxation. As you have this relaxation between your hands, place it very gently in the lower abdomen area. Relax. Go deeper and deeper into your soul. And all that you see, sense, hear, and feel, you'll be able to handle with ease. Just relax. As this relaxation moves to the stomach area, relax the stomach. Just relax. As this relaxation moves to the heart area, relax the heart. Just relax. All that you see, sense, feel, and hear, you'll be able to handle with ease. Just relax. As this relaxation moves ever so gently to the throat area, know that you see, sense, feel, and hear, and you handle it with ease. Just relax. Relax. As this relaxation moves to the face and to the back of the head, to the very crown of one's head, just relax. Relax. As you're in this relaxed state, I want you to move and notice how relaxed your body is. As you notice how relaxed, how protected you are, as you move in a place of observing your body. Just relax. Relax. Very gently now, find yourself above your body. You're relaxed. Notice there is a hallway and the hallway is lit, And there are 3 doors, one on each side and one at the end of the hall. And all the doors are open, and there is light in each one. As you move down the hallway, I want you to choose one of the rooms quickly and go into the middle of that room. And when you get there, I want you to notice your feet. Now, I want you to move up your body and notice what is the first thing that you see. Notice and remember, looking straight ahead and noticing the first thing you see, sense, and feel. And let us turn to the left and notice what is the first thing you see, notice, and feel. And now turn to the right and notice the first thing you see, notice, or feel. Now, I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to move through the experiences of the next significant event to help you understand yourself. And when you get there, I want you to notice what you see, feel, or sense. At any time, if there is something uncomfortable that you do not feel you want to experience, you can release it into a cloud that is right above you. And you can put everything in that cloud and let it disperse into the I am. And then you will find another cloud and you can move on. Now take another deep breath. And I want you to move through experience to your next significant event. to help you understand yourself. And when you get there, notice what you see, feel, and sense, and remembering the cloud if needed. Your subconscious will remember everything you experience here. I want you to now move to a time where you have now made your transition. And you've already made your transition. And notice people, places, and things. And notice the first thing that shows up there. And remember that. And remembering the reason you made your transition. And now remembering what year this is. You'll remember what year it is. I want you to take another deep breath. Let's go into your soul to another significant time period, a lifetime, to give you an understanding of your soul. And when you get there, notice what you sense, hear, and feel. Notice all things that are important for you to know for your current lifetime. Very gently now, move into your soul, deeper into your soul. And I want you to move into the time of this transition. And notice the people, places, and things of your transition. Very gently now, I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to find yourself back into the room where you started, with the light in the room. When you come back to that room, you'll notice being back. And now I want you to go to the hallway and start walking down the hallway. When you notice your body, start to connect to your mental and physical body, becoming aware, remembering all that you have seen, felt, and heard, and feeling very refreshed, alert, and keen. You'll notice your body. You'll notice being in your body, feeling your body. As your mental and physical body becomes aware, remembering all that you've seen, felt, and heard, feeling very refreshed, alert, and keen. And when your mental and physical consciousness is fully aware, open your eyes. Hey, you can turn on your speakers, please. Welcome back.
Is my speaker off?
No, they can hear you. We got the microphone. So let's see here. It's a very short past life, but yet I bet you it seemed like a lot longer than a very short half hour. So let's hear it. Jackie, tell me how your experience was.
It was interesting. I looked down and I saw my feet were sort of wrapped in rags, and I said, "This is strange." And it was a man in the middle of nowhere. I worked out he was in Canada. It took a while to work this out, and he was a trapper, and he wasn't a very successful trapper because the area he was in had been kind of trapped out. You know, other people had been in there before, and poor animals had just, food was okay. You could get food, but you couldn't really get anything to sell. You couldn't get the pelts to sell. So he was moving on, and winter was coming earlier than expected. So he was moving south. He was by himself. It was a very solitary life, but he was fine. He was very skilled at what he did. And then the next significance that he moved into a town's too big a word for it, just full of mostly men, trappers like him, who were also having a hard time because there weren't any animals left to trap for money for their pelts. And he couldn't get a job because everybody was there looking for a job. So he just moved on, but he didn't seem to be fazed by it. He was very skilled at trapping and getting his own food. He was a loner, and it doesn't bother him. He just went with the flow, and he just kept moving south and doing what he was doing. Didn't really go to a town or anything, except occasionally he'd sort of wander into one and then leave. And I think he made his transition, I don't know, maybe late 40s. It was about 1820, and he was quite content. I mean, in what he did, it wasn't, what we would have considered a very hard life was just like fine for him. So when I couldn't quite get, when he made the transition, he was quite comfortable with it, but I couldn't really see the people on the other side. just that he was not bothered by it. You know, he didn't fight it. He was happy to pass on, and he was okay. And then the second life was kind of the entire opposite. Was in a little village. I think it was in Malaysia or Indonesia or somewhere. It was on stilts. It had a palm leaf. It was hot and humid. And there was a young boy who had numerous siblings, and a village life that was very lively and vital, and around fishing mostly. And he had a happy time. And then when I saw him making his transition, I think he died in the Second World War. He wasn't fighting. He just happened to be one of the casualties. I don't know how old he was. He was maybe about 16 or 17 or 18. Couldn't quite get that. Anyway, I've never had those past lives before, so that was very interesting.
Very good. Isn't that great? And very clear. I mean, we don't really need a whole bunch of time. Our subconscious knows if we just find it. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Casey, how'd you do?
So, my first life, I looked down and see when I was wearing like boots. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it kind of just cut out a little bit there. I think we can hear you okay.
Okay, if you can, let me know. So I was in.
It's
now,
fuzzy.
You sound a little bit garbled.
Gargled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can remember. Can you hear me now?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Woo!
All right.
Better.
I put those in because my son's in the car until 10:30, so I can meditate and get in. So I was hearing him a little bit, but I was using the sounds to go deeper. So when I went into the room, I looked down on the feet and I was wearing like military boots, and I looked out the window. It was kind of like gloomy, and it was a war. I think it was World War One. And then you told me to move forward a little bit. So I was in the trenches, and I think I was probably about maybe 18. And I just was seeing like a lot of like gunfire, and it was just like ugly. There was a lot of blood everywhere. And I started feeling like anxious inside, and that's when you said, if you feel uncomfortable, let it go. It was like the perfect leeway. And so I'm like, release that, because I'm watching a movie is what I said. I'm watching a movie in my life. I'm not in this life right now.
Yeah.
And so that happened, and watching my friends and just trying to like keep calm and like just I felt the mud, I felt the cold, the dampness of it. It was definitely in France. I think I was French. And then you told me to move forward in that life. And then I was holding my newborn baby daughter, and my wife was in the room with my 4-year-old daughter. And it was like a beautiful day outside, and we had a nice little home, and I can see out the window, and it was like definitely France. It was just beautiful sunny day and beautiful trees everywhere, lots of space, lots of land. We all go outside and we just have like a nice little time, and the kids are just running around the field, and we were sitting under a tree. And then when you said to go to your passing, what do you see? I saw a rose. I didn't see any people. I just saw a rose, and I think the rose was probably laying on a coffin, my coffin. And the year seemed to be like 1963, I think, is when it was. That was that. Then my second life, or the second portion, I was a little boy, probably about 3 years old, and my dad was playing, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. And I was like running around a house that felt like Little House on the Prairie, that kind of time frame in a way. I don't know. But I was having fun with my dad. I felt a lot of love from my father, and it was a lot of like joyous moments. And this the whole time I was just playing. I was running down the hallways, and that was my whole journey with him. And when you said, okay, now go to see your passing, I saw a little wooden coffin, and it was me. I passed away very young. And yeah, but I wasn't sad about it, because I mean, I was too young to concept death. That was it.
So good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing about that. You've mentioned about the cloud And then I wanted to mention about timeframes and also about feeling about a death, right? One is the cloud. Cloud is really important if you're to do a group regression. I did not mention it before we started, so I put it in this. This was just my, I wouldn't call anything a mistake. However, usually I say it prior to going into a regression. I say, okay, if you experience any, uncomfortable, lifetimes of, say, war. I've done that too, Casey. I was in World War I, and it's intense. Now, the whole purpose is to release the emotion side of being in it and just observe it, and being in the space of just an observation, and it doesn't have an effect with our heart, etc., and sweating, all those other things, but we could just be there and observe at that point. So it's really nice to flow into that and just watch your story. The second part was so I said cloud. Transition is interesting because we know what we need to know, and we already planned what the lessons were. So leaving the earth is not, unless we hold the emotion there, usually that could be like a turmoil experience. However, most people know that they understand, oh, this is the completion phase. This is what I created for myself. And I was going to leave young. There's a purpose to this. And then they just move forward, and they know it's like this process. Another thing is timing. You might have a past life in 1960, and then you have one in 1920. And how's that possible? You figure that one out. Because how I say it is we have many, and we are everything. So you're that, you're that, you're that, you're that. So of course you're going to experience all these different lifetimes, and you might think that, there needs to be a process. However, you're going to find you're going to overlap. And then you get confused, like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, yes, it does. It makes sense. You're all of everything. So just trust it. It's not your imagination getting weird on you or anything like that. We are all that is. Anyway, moving on. Okay, creation. Could you tell me how you did in your session?
Yeah, I found it very relaxing. I just kind of went to different aspects of my own life. There are certain metaphorical deaths or lots of change, right? So
you went in this lifetime, yeah? That you're in currently, and went to those moments?
yeah, and I saw things, or remembered things from early childhood or previous relationships, or just kind of my progress.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Was there any more to that? Okay, good. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing. Lady J, are you in the house still? Might be resting. Oh, there she is. Hi, you're on mute, just so you know. Yep. There we go.
I was just trying to stay as relaxed as long as I could. Well, I had kind of a funny thing happen. So you said when to make the transition, and I got 2023. And then I went, no, she's talking about when you're going to move into a different life. And then I kind of heard, well, you have moved into a different life. I think that's the commitment to do the next class. But and then I said, well, when am I going to leave this life? And it was 2039. And then I don't know what happened in there, whether I dozed off or what, but the next thing you were saying was about the transition in the second life. And I made the assumption it was my transition into that life. So I went back to my birth. It was interesting. And then I was very confused. The woman who was birthing me, well, I don't feel like it was this birth, because this birth, my mother had scopolamine and she was pretty out of it. And this woman was very much engaged. She seemed very concerned. There was a doctor there. He didn't seem concerned, and the nurse didn't seem concerned. And then the next thing I knew, I wasn't ever born. I mean, I never got to that part of it. But it was very fascinating. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's something to write down. You'll find in your dreams there, you'll get more. You'll start to get more impressions, objects, things that turn into a metaphoric experience. And you're like, that was from, write that, like, as soon as you get up, because it'll start creating itself for you to understand what the whole purpose is for knowing it in the first place. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
All right, Reverend Marcia, how did you do?
Oh, it was really interesting for me as well. When we went into the hallway that I was in my family home from when I was little. And so I was looking at the hallway, and I was thinking about there were actually two doors on the right and one door on the left and one straight ahead. And so I was aware of that one extra door was there, but I knew which one I was going into, and it was my bedroom that was on the right. And I looked at my feet, and my feet just kind of like changed into different feet, like one after another. It wasn't any one set of feet. It was multiple feet. So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry that creation left, because I kind of resonated with some of what she was saying. But anyway, so then I was just really aware of, I saw somebody walking and reaching a hand out for me, like to walk with them. And I realized that it was me. So I was, and it wasn't, the thing that was interesting for me was that it wasn't like this person wanted me to hold their hand because they wanted to comfort me or something like that. They wanted to be comforted by me. And I thought that was really significant, because that room that I had gone into, that was a room where all of my terror started, with metaphysical weirdness in my life. That was where, oh, good, creation is back. I'm so glad. Anyway, yeah, that was the room where I had the most profound experiences that made me feel uncomfortable in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just felt like everything I was experiencing in this regression was kind of like a validation of where I am now, how I'm walking forward now with more confidence. Creation, I just wanted to mention that a couple of things that you had said about, going into different aspects of yourself in this lifetime. I was going into multiple lifetimes, but they were all about aspects of myself that I have, about like progress that I've made from learning from all of my old experiences. So it basically was like reminding me that to trust myself and to know that I'm okay, that I'm sometimes when I feel like I'm confident, but then I think, well, why am I confident? Should I be? But it was reminding me, yeah, you've worked hard at that confidence, and so trust it. When I went to a prior year near transition, it was in the 1700s, and it was kind of weird because I could see this. It was like a really uncomfortable bed, but like leaning up against a wall. Is real heavy wooden bed. And I had like a little bonnet on my head. But there was nobody around me. I felt like I had enough wealth that I was in a bed, and I had clothing on, so I was taken care of, but I felt very alone at that time of transition. So there was a lonely feeling in that lifetime. And coming back, I came back into that room, and looked around myself, and then walked back down the hallway, and I felt like, you know what, I'm okay. And I think that's what I've had a few things kind of shake me up in the last couple of years, and I think that it was just a reminder that there's been really good times, there's been really tough times, and it's all okay, and I've gained confidence along the way, and so it's all good. So yeah, thank you. That was a really good regression.
Yeah, thank you, Reverend Marsha. So Creation said her phone's overheating and she's just going to keep her camera off. So just a heads up there. She's still
okay.
with us and all's good. Reverend David, how did you do?
I went into a couple phases. I went through one phase which was quick, and then I went through a rose and gold shield,
Uh-huh.
and Jackie, you were there, and the phase that was being ignited, and that I was being ignited, and everything, is that you're getting ready to ignite the similar energies and knowledge in there, and you're going to be giving some things that don't make any sense whatsoever. But you go ahead and do what is being impressed to do, and you'll find knowledge in there that is going to help you to understand the energy that you're in right now. So take some time and you visualize the maroon gold energy. Knowledge will be igniting within you.
Gold energy, okay.
And you will be guided to go to some concepts that you're having a difficult time understanding, and you won't have it won't be hard to understand. It'll just clear up like it's been with you all your life. And there are things in your life that are now opening up that are from other lifetimes, and it's going to be like you were living it today. And so start living it today.
Okay. That's very interesting, David.
Yes. So take care.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right.
And that's my session.
And that's your
Thank-
session. Way to go. What other thoughts does anybody have on this? Anything? Pretty amazing that you could do all this in such a short period of time. It just, you're
Well, it really wasn't a short period of time.
it isn't, because time isn't anything. It is, but it isn't,
Yeah.
we created that thing. So being there and for ourselves, what I found is when I was really young, I was following Dick Stuffin's past life regressions back in the day. He's that writer, the hypnosis / past life regressor back in the 60s to 70s. And my mother had bought a past life tapes, like the cassette tapes. And we would listen to it, and he had, each person had their own packet, and you would write, like you would draw the story, and then you would write about it. And what I found is it doesn't really matter what the how we do this, whether we're listening to a tape or doing a group regression or doing a one-on-one regression. When our intention is to be there, we're there. And when our intention is to know something, we know, and we bring it forward for information, for whatever it is that we want to utilize these tools for. And so there is no mistake of why you came today, to express those things. Those are important. Like say, for instance, Casey, how we talked about war, those things. For me, when I found out that I had been a nurse in World War I, and why I hated blood in this lifetime, because I kept passing out all the time. Every time I got blood drawn, as a kid, when I realized that it's because of the information I was receiving in another life, that it was, everywhere. And I was like basically the doctor, right? Because back then, you had what you had. And when I understood this as being, this is why I enjoy supporting people and helping along a path, of their healing. So it's like there's different purposes to why, we do things in other lifetimes. But also traumatic urgency things that occurred in the subconscious that I kept, and then feeling it as a child, and then understanding that that was from that lifetime of war, and hearing the sounds, etc., and all the excitement that created for me to be a little bit unease when I was young. And so it was like, oh, now I can let that go. That was that lifetime. That's not here now. I'm not in war, those kinds of things. And just really, so we can bring forward things that we're not complete with. We can see those things that, and that's with everything, everyone that expressed something. And then in this, there's different degrees, like what Creation was saying that she was in now. She was just going back a little bit. There's also what's called progression, and you can be in your preparation for what you want to progress in. That could be in this life, or it could be, future lives, etc. So there is a whole bunch going on here. We call this past life, whatever, or those kind of things. But just know we are working circular, and we're continuous. So we're never gone from anything. We didn't die, right? We're just moving forward. So know that you are amazing beings. And we're going to do one more past life portion for next week, and that'll be the completion of this particular self-realization. And then we move forward in September. The first week of September, we'll start all over with our whole year. For those of you, Jackie, Lady J, and Casey, and Reverend Marcia, she's been in the position of what I've been doing in the chapel. So she's redone more and more and more classes. But I'm addressing Jackie, Lady J, and Casey. If you guys are ready to move into the metaphysical principles, I will send you off an email, all of you, about the information and where to go to register, etc. for that. And that, again, we start on Saturday, and I'll nail down the time frame. Yeah, so if you have any thoughts about your timing that can help me address, because I direct it to the three of you most in preparation. There will be other people, I'm sure, that have completed self-realization that want to go into it, and maybe not. So maybe just three of you. And if you have a certain time frame, just let me know ahead, and that way it can, help us out there. Okay.
Well, I would like to have the email, and 9 o'clock would be better for me.
Okay.
9
So-
o'clock would be better for me because I have something on every Saturday afternoon. I mean, I could shift the time, but it would be more convenient not to. But in the end, whatever works for you. I'm interested, but as you know, I won't be here next week. Although I could try to get online, but I can't guarantee because I'm on the road. I can't
So
guarantee.
next week is not the week that we'll start. It'll be the week after that. So
So at my son's house, there's a possibility I can just carve some time out from noise and chaos and do that. Yeah. Okay. Great. That's wonderful.
and Lady
then,
J, so wait,
oh,
real
sorry.
quick, Casey, hold on one second. Lady J, that would be 10 your time, yeah?
Right.
Okay, good deal.
Thank you
Casey,
for asking, because I get
Yeah.
confused.
and I'll forward it to you the time, like your time. I'll say
So-
my time and your time.
Angie, if that means that self-realization would then be at 10:30 or something, I would be okay with that. And I'm planning on continuing on with self-realization.
Okay, self-realization, when it starts up in September, it will stay being 10 o'clock. So we would only do metaphysical principles from 9 to 10, our time, my Arizona time.
Right, but then don't you need like a little leeway in between to,
No, you just won't get on until we're on to the next one. So you just be in the waiting room. And then when we jump on, or you may not be able to get on until we start up the next one. So we'll just jump off. Just know that, Jackie, Lady J, and Casey,
okay.
we're gonna jump off like a few minutes before so that we can jump on to the self-realization for the respect of whoever's there.
Welcome, creation.
Say again?
I said, welcome to creation.
Welcome,
Yes,
creation.
welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
Casey, you're gonna say something? I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. So basically, when I started this course, I started October, and so I basically have done everything in the self-realization. By the time this coming up, it'll be a completion.
Yeah.
I'm like a studious person, so it's like chapter 1. So I think I started during the chapter 1, and now I'm at the final chapter for this course. Yeah.
Right. And Casey, being that if you said you started in, did you say October?
October, yeah.
Okay, so there was September's information, and I can forward that off to you. It's just, it's
Okay.
basically some reading material to describe what, it's like a little it's an intro. It's really an
Okay.
intro. Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
lovely. Perfect. Just because I like order.
Yes. Yes.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So it is our time. We'll do our gratitude. And I thank you for today. I thank you for the expansion. It's just beautiful. Mother, Father, God, we give gratitude and thank yous for this day. We ask for your infinite light of protection to be with us and through us as we move on our path. So when we meet those on our passage, we share the love that is so abundant. And we give thanks for this day. Amen. And
Amen.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Everybody.
Thank you. Have
Bye,
a great
Much
week.
love.
Jackie,
Much love
enjoy
to
your
all.
week.
Thank you. And we'll wait for 2
See you.
weeks. Thank you.
Have
I'm looking
fun.
forward.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Reverend Marcia. Bye, creation.
Bye.